MOUZ Sports, let's be real, they got drops.
Yes, and they also have BMAS back again as well.
Yes,
you have to keep into account that there was the issue before with Chris J coming in kind of last second. I think BMAS was a bit under the weather, was maybe feeling a bit of that land death. I know you were also struggling with it yourself.
It's a land flu
as well.
Flu.
Yeah, it's always the classic, isn't it? It's one thing you don't miss from having land face. But either way, we are into Dust2. They did play each other last time as well in the best of 3 on this map. So we'll see if history repeats itself.
Well, it's going to be MOUZ on the CD side. They have gone for the 2-man stack inside of B. It's going to be Frozen and Rops as 2 stars of this team. Akorov, obviously, looking to see what he's got in store for us with the AWP when he gets his hands on it. For the time being, though, Madlan's going to take this one very slow. They're waiting for the aggression to come out from MOUZ, but MOUZ going to be just taking a couple of shots from short. The Akor able to spot a couple of players out towards lower tunnels, and looking at the way they're setting up right now, it does seem like it is going to be a mid-to-B hit coming in from Mad Lions. I have a couple of smokes and Molotov as well in the hands of Borup, and here we go. Smokes are gonna bloom, and that is going to be Frozen and Robs coming under quite a bit of pressure. And when you're trapped on the bomb side with no eyes towards mid, it becomes really hard to hold off this onslaught.
Oh, no doubt. It really puts you in an awkward position. Rops, though, the Estonian is hiding behind the smoke. That's a good idea. Now he's going to know there's many players coming up, but the flash could not have been worse timing for Rops. He had it in the palm of his hand, but he was taken away as he gets blinded, and all the kills come down as the Mad Lions pounce on top of MOUZ. And it was only ever going to go one way. Have I spoke too soon? The man that wasn't playing last time around, BMAS, is still alive, still somehow surviving through all of those Glock bullets. But it is going to be Mad Lions that seal the deal.
I really like what they did. That they had the double smoke over there, which allowed Sosal to kind of sneak his way in. He wasn't spotted by BMAS, was playing towards double doors. It was a right call from BMAS to just go poking and prodding through double doors. You don't want to get pincered there, but a great flashbang because Robs from that position should have easily gotten 1 kill at the very least, but he gets taken down, and Sosal doing a great job towards side of the smoke towards middle, cutting off the rotation. And in the end, yeah, it was a 1v4. BMAS doing a great job trying to at least get a couple of kills. And now it's going to be a fast B hit. Mac-10's going to come running and gunning, but Frozen with the Deke is going to get the opening kill. Quick trade taking place, however, and the bomb site has been not quite secured yet. They're going to be utilizing all the utility before they get the bomb down, but they will eventually do so. So for MOUZ, did they go for this retake? I'm not too sure. They got a couple of flashes and a smoke, but if they don't get a kill early on here and make it to 4v3 favoring them, I wouldn't be too surprised if they just go for an early save.
Yeah, precisely. The fact the bomb's not been planted just yet, though, may give them a little bit of hope. That's being dashed away across the rocks. Borup through the double doors. Punishes Akor. A lot of damage inflicted to Borup, but it's unconfirmed. And I think we've reached that part in the round that you were discussing just before, Blair, where MOUZ realized their days are numbered, lack of kits, no high ordnance either, or incendiaries to lock down any of the angles. They just have to pull the plug. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but one that they must. They must take their medicine. And although the last time this map went 16-12 to Mad Lions, it was actually the first 5 rounds on the CT side, that time going to MOUZ. They won the pistol. They then put 5 of their rounds through on that side. So the fact that Mad Lions have started this well, it may be a little bit concerning for MOUZ. Still very early days, though, of course.
I like the call from Mad Lions there. They didn't overthink things, just went for a very fast, quick exit. Not even an exit, just a burst onto the B bomb side. And yeah, despite the 1 consolation kill coming in from BMAS, is not BMAS, I do believe it was from Frozen. It was not to be. And they're going to be going for a bit more of an upgrade again, which is just fair enough. You know, they do have Akor going for the full eco. He wants that AWP as early as possible. They have his 3 saved eagles as well. So still potential chance of MOUZ trying to turn things around. And what is around where obviously Mad Lions have the superior weaponry and of course the superior arsenal in terms of utility. This time around they're going to be going for a slower approach towards long. Again, all 5 players grouped up. They have JL with the Mac-10 watching the flank for any potential push coming in from MOUZ. MOUZ have they grouped up kind of together. You have 3 players towards 3 players towards Cat rather, beg your pardon, 1 towards CT. If they do make their way towards a bomb site, going to be facing off against potentially 4 CTs lying in wait, which, especially when you have players like BMAS and Frozen and Robs with his deagles in their hands, it could get a little spicy.
Yeah, this could get messy. There's no doubt. There's a gap in that smoke as well. And there goes, second smoke down. Now Dexter, we can try and push through. Flash is good. Follow-up damage, though, not fair. Dexter's got to do better. He has to take that kill down. And now that smokes and mollies are being put into position, MOUZ can't feasibly get those deagles into play. BMAS trying to use the narrowest of angles, but his days will be numbered as Woro2K is up close. JL, meanwhile, goes hunting with the MAC-10. Sprays and prays. BMAS at least gets one. AK trades hands. With the player coming up from short, he has dealt with JL. And now goes back in for more. BMAS is keeping this dream alive and somehow survives to tell the tale. The USP doesn't quite get it done, but the AK now back in his hands. And with 3 HP to play with, BMAS still in with a chance, but he tries to go for the defusal, and TMB is there to swat him away.
Oh, that got a little too hairy there for BMAS. I'm not sure what was going on. I have no idea how he survived the fourth player pushing in. He gets the first kill, picks up the AK-40. It's been a great shot into JL, right? It reads it perfectly. Third kill, fantastic from Bora, but then Saucel just runs out of bullets. It is MAC-10. That could have easily been BMAS getting the clutch and the ace in a round that they had no business winning, and that would have been a big gut punch. But they had dealt quite a bit of damage here on to Matt Lyons. Out in the open stands Saucel. He misses the shot, however, and very fortunate to stay alive. But Nate is going to be lobbed in, and looks like Matt Lyons looking to contest long, which is very risky indeed. BMAS, his position compromised, and the Molotov will be smoked off, and he knows there are a couple of players there. Saucel finds Dexter. That's a huge find. BMAS repositioning himself. He knows there's a couple of players trapped behind the blue boxes as Woro2K getting boosted up. And BMAS is doing a great job staying alive thus far. And backup has arrived in the form of Acor with the AWP and Acor finding JL. Is Woro2K going to be found by BMAS? Because if he just focuses it around the corner, he should have a free kill here on BMAS. But Woro playing the patience game, taking his sweet time, and trying to lull BMAS into a false sense of security. Never mind. BMAS finds his head.
That's what they were missing. Last time these two teams collided and clashed, they were missing BMAS in that snappy aim. TMB dropped massive rating against MOUZ, and now he will be called upon. It's him and Borup to stand against the world, and Frozen is closing the gap, funneling the two remaining Ts up towards the A side, where now Acor is laid in wait with the AWP. Smokes and flashes afford them a bit of safe passage, but Frozen now takes the opportunity, pushing up catwalk behind them, and gets the reward with one. It should be two. He's done a lot of damage to the Dane of TMB, who's yet to really get off the mark in this game. But MOUZ will be getting their first round, and because of that last round where they did so much damage, as you touched on, Blair, already the Ts are struggling economically.
Yeah, you have to call for the... They should go for the eco here. Maybe if you upgrade the pistols coming out, Borup could potentially drop a couple of, at least a couple of Deeks, Stoke and Saucel, or Saucel maybe, or maybe Borup just, going for the full eco, saving up for the AWP, but it is a bit of a grim situation economy-wise. Still very early days, though. Vince, it is their map pick. They're still leading 3-1, but MOUZ doing a very good job winning their round and also keeping majority of their players alive. God damn it, Elliot. Putting BMAS in for Chris J lowered the average age of the team by 2.6 years. Here's the thing, Vince. If you or I joined this team, it raised it by like 3 years or something. It makes us feel so bad.
You mean 3 decades, right?
Perhaps 3 decades. If both of us join in, yeah, the average age is going to be like 43 or something. Ridiculous. But here we go. It is going to be the forced investment coming in. Mad Lions looking to break the economy. The thing is, Dexter and BMAS are kind of low on cash for sure, but Robs and Frozen and Acor can have a decent purchase going into the next round, even if they do lose this particular round. Looking at the weaponry, definitely favoring MOUZ here. It's still going to take a while for me to stop calling them MOUZ sports. I mean, I've been calling them that for 15 plus years, and now they're like, well, rebranding time, no longer MOUZ sports, it's MOUZ.
It was the same with G2, man. I was calling them Gamers 2 for ages after they changed. And I got a couple of messages from people from the org like, stop doing it. I'm sorry, I'm so used to it.
I make it a point. I make it a point every time I tweet about G2, even if I'm just taking the mickey out of them, if I'm actually praising them, I make sure it is Gamers 2 every single time.
Okay. Let's see if MOUZ with a Z, if they can get this. What do you think of the rebranding, by the way? Because people have some pretty strong opinions.
I'm gonna say I think it's not terrible. and it's not great either. I think it's when it comes to rebranding, it's the middle of the pack. It's not as bad as Hellraisers, let's be real here. But I've seen way worse. And let's be real, the original MOUZ logo, while it was, you know, iconic, it's been around forever, I still have no idea what it's supposed to look like. So this clearly at least looks like a mouse. So I'll take it.
For some reason, it just makes me think of Mickey Mouse. I don't know if that's what they were going for. Meanwhile, though, 20 seconds to play with an A-core flicked up. TMB sent packing. Yes, it's a real rough buy here, but MOUZ are putting the bodies down on Catwalk. That's the bomb spilled. Southall, realistically, probably just holds onto his AK. He's only got 5 seconds anyway, so MOUZ, after a bit of a rocky start, are certainly bouncing back with authority.
Took a little too long there, and MOUZ, because they weren't really getting pressure, they had a little bit extra utility, great flashbang as well for Dexter to peek in and find a couple of kills. And it's a good sign for A-Core to wake up, you know, with the AWP. He has been, for me, the I don't want to call it the problem, but just the fact that your primary AWPer is so inconsistent is, I feel, one of the biggest problems for MOUZ. You have a solid IGL in the form of Dexter. We know how good a trio of Frozen, especially Frozen and Robs, have been fantastic. Robs, obviously, one of the best players we have in Counter-Strike right now. And then you have someone like Bemis, who can always step up as well. The only missing link here for me is A-Core. But when he has a good game, MOUZ is suddenly a team who every team in the world have to be worried about. That being said, though, considering the investment they have in this round, just with the saved AK-47, the fact they find Frozen is massive. I'm not a big fan of Frozen going for info play over there. Robs finds TMB jumping across. The problem here for the T's, they don't have a single smoke to cross it over, so they have to go and dry, and A-Core finds an easy double, and the ops do all the talking. The dual op setup coming in. Sure, they lose a couple of players, Vince. I've seen Robs do some nasty things with the AWP on the CD side. So if MOUZ get on the streak, things could get a little iffy for Mad Lions.
Oh, they have a really solid dual AWP setup. I mean, the thing is, you want ROPS ideally for the most part on rifles, but the guy can definitely AWP. And I honestly think, and this might be a controversial statement, but screw it, I'm going to say it because I do think it. I think if ROPS actually like fully focused on AWPing, he could actually AWP in a lot of teams at the top level.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he could be a primary AWPer and a legit one at that.
I think he's a better AWPer than A-Core at times. I'm sorry, A-Core.
I think that's fair.
It's fair. Like, we've seen him just pop off at times, right? And here we go. The ROPS, there we go. Easy pickings. And this is a full buy, Vince. And they are getting absolutely battered at mid. I don't even know what they're doing over there at mid. They're just feeding ROPS.
Yeah, peeking a player of his caliber one by one with an AWP is never a great idea, as they're finding out firsthand. And showing us why we both rate him so highly with the AWP. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches if you're ROPS. He's young, still has tons of experience because he's been around for so long at this point, can use pretty much any weapon in the game to a very high level. Also happens to just be one of the most calm kind of people out there, doesn't really get flustered or tilted. Probably a real joy to have on your team if you're in IGL. I'm sure Dexter likes playing with him. Meanwhile, though, Borup is playing for his life, and it's BMAS that stands tall, and that will be 4 rounds in a row now to MOUZ.
It's cool and collected because his name is Robin Cool, Vince. Aha. I'm sorry. I know it's early in the day for you. I know you haven't had enough sleep. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I can't believe you've done this.
I am so sorry. I do apologize. But yeah, this is looking good for MOUZ. You know, with Bemis coming in, you know, hopefully his land flu has gotten rid of it. And this is okay. All right. Aggression from ROPS against just the pistols. Not necessarily big fan of it, but if you're gonna get away like that so clean, might as well. TMB just looking around top of mid, it's going to be found out, and the amount of noise being made here towards lower tunnels, ROPS is going to be looking for more here. And for the T side, they have utility. They have a couple of smokes, mollies, flashes, and I wouldn't be too surprised if they try and go for that mid to B hit they tried in the pistol round. That was a pretty cool take, and they could try and use that. The problem is there are 2 players holding towards mid. It's A-Core, and I do believe it is Frozen. There you go, with the AK-47. And then you have ROPS on the B bomb site with the Zoom bangers. So it's not going to be as easy as it was on the pistol round.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Chris J. He is obviously a legend, and I assume he did step in super last minute. But you do see the massive difference in golf that BMAS brings to this team. He's top fragging, he's having tons of impact. We've been talking a lot about Rops, who's been getting tons of kills these last few rounds with the AWP, but BMAS has just been there chipping away. A big proponent why Mad Lions lost their economy so early on was how much damage BMAS was doing, even with pistols, with Deagles. And now Rops goes in again. Frozen spots the pixel, the kneecap just protruding around this corner of the smoke. Southsaw will get the drop on towards Rops though, but there's the instant trade, and the secondary AWP will be picked up again.
These are, it's not just about a 5-round streak MOUZ are on, it's about the bank balance they have right now. BMAS in 10K, an average of about 5,003 players, Rops on almost $8,000, and this is after them repurchasing all the utility. So this is a good streak MOUZ are on. And for Mad Lions, I won't lie, for them to take it to map number, I'm saying map number 3 because I really feel Nuke is going to be heavily favored for MOUZ Sports, or MOUZ, I sorry, beg your pardon, MOUZ. But Dust2, I feel, has to be a must-win map. And the way MOUZ are just dismantling this attack, it's looking scary. Oh, I love this setup, though. I love this setup. The sheer faith Dexter has in Rops, hitting the shot on the player coming out from top mid while he holds to his lower tunnels. That's faith.
Oh, great flash as well, tossed in. Wasn't able to make the most of it with a frag, but does get information. Falls back, Burrup is there, but Dexter actually trades off in his favor. Doesn't even take a bullet. He's still at 100 HP, just moonwalks out with there, no problems.
I don't know how Dexter just dodged so many potential ways could have died there. As Acor will be caught out, though, and that is going to be Mad Lions now barreling straight into the A-bomb site.
And they flow, but Frozen is going to thaw this one out. Unless they're very careful, Mad Lions are looking to get pommeled through the smoke, and Frozen's gone in again. Sosol down to 32 HP, tries desperately to get the bomb down. Frozen maybe a bit too greedy, pushing through the smoke. But Waro 2K, a hell of a headshot. Haircut across the BMAS. The bomb is planted for Waro 2K on the cross. And with a smoke in play, maybe they can toss that down, or perhaps it won't be required, because Rops is just feeling it with the AWP right now. A nice attempt from Mad Lions, but that will be 6 in a row now to MOUZ.
Rops not even picking up the secondary AWP. He picks up an AK-47 because they have enough money to buy. And these is just unreasonable kills from Frozen. And okay, the second one he spots at TMB's head, but great spray transfer and control anyway. And looks like they are going to be done with the double op setup. They can always bring it out later on if they want to. For the time being, Rops is like, oh, I prefer the AK-47. He's been hitting all the shots with the AWP, and he's like, I want to play it with a little bit more of a harder weapon. I'm going to stick to the AK-47. The guy is just incredible, Vince. He can do it all.
Yeah, versatility really is a huge proponent of why Rops is so solid. It helps that he's one of the best players on his day in the world in multiple facets of the game, but even if he's playing at like a 6 or a 7 out of 10 by his own standards, he is Mr. Dependable as far as I'm concerned on this team. Like, you always know there's a known quality. It's very rare that Rops is going to fall off the edge of the map and he's going to have like a terrible performance. I can't really think of too many times actually where that happened. Even at the major, where if we're being completely honest, MOUZ looked pretty lackluster. Rops was still there. He was still delivering.
Yeah, Rops and Frozen both, right? And again, the X factor for this team would be Acor. When he steps up, they were pulling off some very close losses against some really solid teams. They had some pretty decent wins as well. And I won't lie, they're a team I really didn't expect them to have the run they did in the major. They went deeper than most people would have assumed, right? And I think overall the team have the right elements, just about the necessary individuals stepping up. And we know Acor can do it. When he pops off, he can be up there with some of the best. But again, the question is, will he, won't he? Right now, though, he is having a pretty solid start already. We have a player towards mid. It's looking around. It's going to be TMB, and it's going to be Acor missing a bit of a sitter there. He needs to be careful. The flash is going to be popping. They're going to be pushing him, and a Molotov is going to make life a little bit miserable, but that's a great shot under JL. Dexter finds a second kill. Another nice flick from Acor. He whiffs the first, but he more than enough makes up for the rest. And TMB, blinded, they know where he is, and he is going to be found out by Frozen. Acor whiffs the first, but the remaining shots were pristine.
This is starting to get into very scary territory because TMB, the first time they met each other earlier on in this tournament, dropped a 1.42 rating with over 100 ADR on 3 maps. Right now, he's on 2 frags. He's had absolutely no impact whatsoever, and he feels like he's a driving force for this team. Waro2k, another player that you look at to maybe post up the digits. Yeah, he's got 6 kills, but he's not really done too much for me so far, Blair. This is the kind of situation now where the panic station's probably been pushed in. You need someone to just make something out of nothing, and maybe this is the play we're talking about. Maybe JL's going to be the X factor they're looking for. Dexter's stuck on the car, but will be able to retreat. M4 spray, but it's A-Call that actually snatches that one away from him.
Ooh, A-Core is going to repick. No, he's not. It's against a scout. And look at Robs, though, on a fact-finding mission. Oh, he's gathering all the information. Now they can just stack up towards A. All 3 members. A-Core, he's going for the battle. He's going for the deals. He's feeling the confidence. And that is something which is going to definitely make MOUZ look even more scary. Look at them taking the fight to Mad Lions, not allowing them any space, just pinstering them because they had a flank coming in the form of Robs as well, Vince. And this is MOUZ. Not just, I mean, they woke up a long time ago, but they are just steamrolling Mad Lions at the moment. And in all honesty, you touched upon it. I'm seeing nothing from Mad Lions right now. Sure, you have like 5 kills, a kill here and there, but none of these are impact frags. None of these are frags which are opening up sites or winning or netting them rounds or even close netting them rounds. So you need to switch something up very quickly. And right now, you look at the pistol round, and you look at even the second round, right? They had a game plan in mind. They executed it to perfection, and it worked wonderfully. But ever since they've had the rifles in their hands, it's looked just discombobulated.
Yeah, and they did try something new this round. They got an open Waro2k's hands. He's not had many, if any. Goes for a peek. A-Core just wrecks him. Just instantly takes him off the table. And that's a huge investment that's gone with him. 8 rounds in a row now to MOUZ. Keep in mind that Mad Lions, they won the pistol. They got the pistol subsequent rounds. Yes, it was a bit scrappy in round 2 and 3, but they got it done. And since then, MOUZ Sports have not looked back. Everybody, more kills than deaths. Like, it's just an absolute landslide.
I mean, I mean, I'm not too sure what they're doing. They're just giving him opportunities to take this fights, and A-Core, okay, that was maybe a little too overeager, but they get a kill, and Dexter finds a C for nothing. And I mean nothing, Vince, is going the way of Mad Lions. Barb now left alone in a 1 versus 4, caught between a rock and a very, very hard place, and he gets crushed 9-3. 4 players over 10k. And yeah, A-Core was blinded, but just times the shot to perfection. And it's like every angle they're holding, they're just being, I wouldn't say being gifted frags, so to speak. Obviously, it requires a high level of skill to win these duels, but it doesn't feel like MOUZ are being made to sweat at all.
Before today, MOUZ were 8-2 in pistols. ML were 2-8. Yeah, that's the concern, right? Because I think this is something that Alan was touching on as well with the desk about pistol rounds and how much they need to be locking these ones in. You win the pistol, but then you still just get battered in rifle rounds. And interestingly, this is almost a complete reversal of fortunes from the first time they played each other on Dust2, where MOUZ got a 5-0 start on their CT side. And then once the rifle rounds came in, it was actually Mad Lions that were dictating the pace. A complete role reversal, and Rops going for the lower tunnels aggression. He's gonna have multiple players coming at him. It's headshots, 3 of them in a row, and he just shuts the round down the blink of an eye.
And Frozen's already up the tunnels, Vince. Okay, A-Core, okay. I take it back. I take it back. He just triangulates where the final player is just from the sound cue and the traces of the bullets through the door, and just wall bangs and straight into the next round. 10 in a row for MOUZ. And they're feeling confident, they're feeling comfortable. They're like, yeah, screw these guys. We can just take the fight to them and we can out-duel them. And that's what's happening here. It's almost feeling puggish for MOUZ right now. They're not trying anything too spectacular. It's all the individuals just having a field day. Frozen, A-Core, Rops, Dexter, and Bemis.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the last time Mad Lions played MOUZ, they were certainly not even close to their A game. You know, maybe like hungover, feeling a little bit rough, and now we've got the revitalized, rejuvenated MOUZ with BMAS in tow, and they just look like an entirely different roster altogether. Mad Lions do have rifles, and they've got the first pick, Blair. This is the first time, and it's Rops as well, where maybe there's a way into this round. Maybe Mad Lions can take a 10-5 off. Maybe they can still come back into this. Just think about yesterday. We completely wrote off the game, the Fnatic and Ents, when they went, what, 12-3 in the first half, and Ents battled back valiantly. We've already seen it nearly happen. Maybe it can happen again, but they have to bypass Frozen, who gets flashed, but no one checks the angles. He's seen 2 players pass him. Finally, they look, and Saucel's gonna get the reward. It's 3 frags, and MOUZ looking like maybe they're gonna concede for the first time in 10 rounds.
Oh, finally they get one. And Saucel, I don't know, maybe it was a spider sense tingling there, but for a moment, Vince, I won't lie, I really felt it was going to be just, you know, Frozen getting a 4K or something. Now, Acor doesn't even need to save. They have money for days if they do want to go for this. And Acor, 6 HP. Days definitely numbered. He's not going to take the fight towards CD spawn, but he's getting hunted down from every conceivable angle. And Badlands just on the hunt here. They don't want to lose too many players, though. I mean, sure, they can get a gun even if they die, but you want to keep the majority of players alive. There's no need to hunt too aggressively, because even if they get the kill, it's not like they're going to take away the AWP from Acor. He's going to purchase for himself very, very easily. They could try and take him down just to pick up an AWP of their own, but eventually Acor will indeed stay alive. Buy is definitely not going to be a problem whatsoever for MOUZ Sports, and the secondary AWP once again coming into play in the hands of Mr. Robin Cool. For Mad Lions, they have finally broken the streak. And that was off the fact that they managed to get an opening kill. It almost feels like MOUZ have been getting all these opening duels in all the rounds they've won thus far.
Certainly, yeah. Whether it be AWP picks or, you know, Rob's just running in and getting a tasty AK headshot down in lower tunnels. That's been very much a case of Mad Lions playing from behind and MOUZ dictating the pace of the action. Smoke well placed. Mad Lions were thinking about it. They still might go for it, but Rops' position affords him to peer into lower tunnels. That has an expiry date, though, because of a lack of middle control. So he will back out of there. Acor gets stuck, but unable to land a frag on his way out. Grenades being traded. Minimal damage on both teams, but at least Mad Lions have not taken any casualties yet, and they have finessed a bit of mid control.
See everyone grouping back up. It's going to be the B hit once more, where that's the only side. They found some semblance of success by the looks of things thus far in this half. Gonna have TMB looking around towards mid. Is going to be the guy trying to cut off the rotation, but this time they're going to be hitting the B bomb side. The problem is they have Dexter holding aggressively towards mid. As I say that, he is peeling back towards A, maybe not. Still going to be holding the angle towards CD spawn, and the B hit is going to be coming on in. However, Frozen, he's going to make contact, finds one, drops behind the boxes. They know where he is. He's burning alive as well. It's a great take, but Dexter comes in and times him with 2 quick headshots, looking for the third, gets the dink, but doesn't get the kill, and it's all on Saucel in a 1 versus 2. 30 seconds, and he's going to try and leg it all the way for the A bomb site. He could get the bomb down, but still, 13 HP, Vince, it's not going to be easy.
It's going to be impossible, Blair. He's been knocked off his perch, and 11-4 lead to MOUZ as they try and get revenge. Find out if they can after this break.
It's a fight you want, it's a fight you get. They tried before, we made them pay.
I think it's safe to say that Mad Lions poked the bear one too many times in that previous best of 3, because MOUZ are here, and my God, are they here to play Blair. 11-4, and if we're being honest, 4 of those rounds, probably a bit flattering to Mad Lions, because they did win the first pistol.
Yeah, it's a pistol in the conversions, right? So apart from that, they've won 1 rifle round, I mean, against MOUZ's full buy. So, yeah, just a rough start for them, considering it's a map pick, and 402k feeling adventurous. He's been spotted out and lucky to escape comparatively unscathed. He's going to stick around, though. It looks like he is. Jumping into pit. And TMB looking to make contact now. MOUZ know exactly where both the CTs are. It's going to be Bemis poking and prodding, trying to get the fight. TMB with the wide swing, able to find none, but Salsa replying back with 3 clean taps, 3 headshots in a span of 3 seconds, but Robs will find one of his own. 2v3 right now. They have control of the bomb side, but not the bomb.
Or 2K needs to go above and beyond. He's had a very slow game so far. Statistically, one, if not their best player. P250 in hand, has control over the bomb right now. Frozen taking a bit more damage, and there we have it. Woro finally shows us a little bit of what he's capable of, and Robs with a Glock at this range. Not ideal against the USP-wielding CTs, and he has now been cartwheeled out of the round. Mad Lions pick up both pistols, but they're still trailed by 6.
Again, off Sosal, there's some clean taps coming out from him. That looked very, very grim. 3 Ts charging out from long. They get the they come out on top of TMB. You had a player that's Woro 2 get trapped inside a pit, not really able to take part in that particular crossfire they had. And Sosal just digging them out from a very uncomfortable spot. But as you said, Vince, like losing your map pick after winning both the pistol rounds would be something Mad Lions will not be happy with if it does indeed go that way. Still early days though. Now, for the side of MOUZ, they have opted to go for the full eco. Seemingly a bit of a rarity in modern day Counter-Strike, Vince. Don't get to see this one that often.
Yeah, typically if the T's don't get a bomb plant, you might see this come out, but a lot of teams will still, you know, throw a Hail Mary with some Deagles, maybe P250s, these kinds of weapons. So to have, by and large, just full Glocks with only 1 Deag, it is in the hands of Rops, of course, who is an absolute monster right now, the way he's playing. They could be walking into the gauntlet of TMB, or perhaps not. The timing may have just hurt him a little bit. He's pulling a grenade out as well. They're going to be looking for a run boost. HE lined up, going to be putting into the trajectory, into the path, and he takes tons of damage through the boxes. He could be charged down. Dexter takes the Glock headshot, and Robs put his Deagle to use, but the bomb. The bomb spilled down in a horrible spot here for MOUZ.
Bad advantage though, Acor meanwhile burning alive, and someone retrieved the bomb. Acor, what a hero! He dropped down and he jumped up to toss the bomb to his teammates, and now it's a 3v2 bomb planted, and somehow it's spun around favoring MOUZ. JL with a jumping kill on the Frozen, looking for more, not able to land the final finishing blow. He will indeed go on to Bemis. What a retake, what a mad round. What am I watching?
I could just hear the sanity draining out of you there, Blair, as that round continued.
Yo, what a play from Acor, though. Like, the bomb is down, he jumps down in the flames and tosses it back up. What a hero.
Yeah, that is some full-on Chad scenes. He did burn alive for it, but it afforded his teammates the opportunity to plant the bomb. And when you have to take that as a massive L if you're Mad Lions. You conceded a bomb plant. You also conceded 3 players. They had a Deagle. That was it. Literally a Desert Eagle.
$700.
Yeah. And the cost it's given you. And now you face the very real possibility with JL on just a Deag himself that if you lose this round this early on your CT side, you are flat out broke.
Well, all the aggression. Dexter been spotted. Out. Ooh. Is able to deal more damage towards TMB, but TMB with the repeat, completely blinded, still able to somehow get the kill, but Bemis will burn him alive. So early trades, both the IGLs taken out of the equation, at least here for round number 18. Pro 2K has got the AWP. They're looking to make it work here on the CD side. He was very, very quiet on that first half. Sauce, all the timing here could be everything, Vince. BMS, he's got the bomb, but he's going to be walking in. The shadow is going to be dead giveaway, and BMS comes crouching around the corner, and Sauce, 2 huge kills, and the bomb dropped at his feet, and that is indeed the right call. He's going to be tossing in the smoke, and Acor is going to go for this.
That's a fantastic hold from Saucel there. As he said, the shadow really betraying MOUZ. But they're not out of this just yet. And keep in mind that Economy is still in an awkward position, but Burp's been having a quick look towards Catwalk, finds this man, but pushes in, and Acor takes him. Oh, that's the shot through the doors as well to JL, who nearly got stuffed as a result. However, credit where it's due to Mad Lions. They hold their resolve, and they've bypassed those early economic issues, and they additionally pick up the secondary up as well, Blair.
That's huge. Sauce coming up clutch. We saw that in the pistol round as well. 3K from him towards long doors, and this time inside of long doors, he gets a 2 kill. I'm not too sure about the play from MOUZ. In all honesty, BM is just walking in with the C4. They had a lot of utility as well, and they had no eyes towards a gap, right? So just a bit of a big assumption, and the spacing was off as well. So great work from Saucel, but definitely a couple of mistakes being made by the side of MOUZ. Now they've gone for a bit of a light investment. Tech9's coming out. Now the fact that they won a round, I mean, didn't win the round, but managed to get the bomb down and made it very expensive just with a deagle, could make things even more grim here. Borup completely blinded, but JL is there to help him out. He's going to spot Dexter, and Borup pokes his head from top of the boxes, and he'll find a couple, but eventually he will fall, leaving Rops in a 1v4.
Everyone on full HP, so it doesn't really have any easy ways forward, and JL will put him and lay him to rest. MOUZ will be straight back in with another buy, and interestingly enough as well, it looks pretty good on MOUZ if you look at their frags, and it absolutely was after the first half, but they haven't really added that many kills to it other than that deagle round. They all ended the first half play, and this is something that you don't see very often. Everyone on MOUZ ended with double-digit frags or higher. Everyone's hitting 10 or 11 frags. You see the kill dispersal. It's basically been this way since the first half. And when you compare that to Mad Lions, very top-heavy. TMB on 6 frags, Waro2K down on 8. These are the 2 players you expect to be towards the top of the scoreboard, and they're underperforming.
Again, we go back to what we heard on the desk as well, that the individuals just, there's no real consistency in the performance of a lot of the individuals on the side of Mad Lions. That being said, though, Vince, there's been some shaky rounds, and no one saw the TMB. No one saw that. But they're just trailing by 3 rounds right now. Definitely within the realms of possibility of them tying things up. Just about withstanding a couple more tests from this, the MOUZ side here. It's MOUZ now working up together, 3 players towards taking short control. They have left BMS towards long, potentially going in for the long flank. It's all going to be down to timing between him and Waro2K, because Waro2K with the AWP, if they're going to be pressured towards long, he's going to be repositioning towards car, and that could allow BMS that little window, that little sliver to sneak on through and try and get the flank from long. But MOUZ Sports might be looking to pressure back towards B, because bear in mind, Rops has still been lurking towards an upper tunnels area for quite a while. With 30 seconds on the clock, MOUZ have to make up their minds.
Oh, that trade, even back and forth, may not work out for MOUZ. As you said, the time is so low, and they're hemorrhaging more bodies, and more frags go the way of Mad Lions. They were so hopeful that this mid to B split would work out, but the fact that it's been completely cauterized at the neck down, Waro misses 2 sitters. I'm not sure what I just witnessed there, if I'm being honest, but Mad Lions they don't care. They're crying into their 9th round. Exactly.
They've won the round. Doesn't matter how they do it, whether it's ugly, pretty, gritty, grimy. They get it done, Vince. And now the 2 away, tying things up here. Now, 2 guns saved for MOUZ. And they can't eke out a buy. Now, Frozen can buy for himself. He even has enough to just purchase himself one flashbang. The problem is here for Bemis. Oh, no. Well, Drops is not going to be happy, but Acor surely is, as JL will be caught crossing across mid doors. And that's an early man advantage for MOUZ.
Just some witchcraft, Blair. You know, sacrifice a bit of blood to get the opening pick. And it worked a charm. However, Saucel He's not uninitiated with that magic, but Frozen's going to douse him down. MOUZ keep their player advantage so early into the round as well. This is going to force some rotations, and that could put Mad Lions in such an awkward position. However, their CT side has been pretty good so far. Keep in mind, they've been unbeaten on the CT side. It is 5 rounds in a row. The first half ended 11-4. Will this be their first slip? Will this be their first loss? It's looking likely here, Blair, because the way that Mad Lions are positioning is more towards middle, and with MOUZ just taking their sweet time, they can look to try and divide and conquer. The only potential downfall is there's only 1 smoke and Molotov left on MOUZ. So if they want to go for some kind of a crossover on A, that's not going to be possible. Hence, throwing down the smoke onto the Xbox. They have their eyes set on the B side, but keep in mind that Borup is here, and TMB's in a position that he can quickly make a move round as well. Ro's been caught, though, but Rops misses his chance.
Failed smoke as well. And now, Madeleine's probably thinking, oh, there's no one towards mid. Where are they going to be heading towards? And look at this from Acor. He's trying to sell this fake here. Wrapping off a shot. Are they going to fall for it, though? As Woro... Oh, he missed the opportunity. He spots on Rops. He's got to find him finally, but the hit is coming in towards B, and Borup is a rock, and that's the round done. They knew where Acor was, and Acor is going to be able to find TMB, decapitates him with 10 seconds, and the bomb on the other bomb side, that's round done. And I got to say, I feel like MOUZ maybe just complicated things a little bit too much there. It was a man advantage. It was a 4 versus 3. A bit of a whiff shot from Rops. He could have easily found Woro 2K, but even then, I felt like they just spread themselves a little too thin. And good job. I mean, good work from Mad Lions, not over-rotating. They kept Borup towards B. Good angle there, getting the spray down. And Woro 2K, very brave of him to poke his head back towards mid and catch Rops on the look.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Blair. I feel like it was a case of MOUZ overthinking it. Take nothing away from Mad Lions, but maybe because they had such lack of utility, it was in the back of their mind. Take a flash for your mate. Dexter spends more time blind than anyone. Rops the least. I suppose it's because he puts himself in those kind of positions where he's going to be the kind of spearhead. Dexter can definitely play like an entry style of IGLing at times, so it does actually make sense. And you typically want Rops to be somewhere near the back lines, you know? The guy's going to clean up the round.
Oh yeah, for sure. He is the closer for this team, and why not? He's the best player in the team. You want to put him in a position where the bomb's down and he's going to be playing the post plan, and most times he does come out on top, even in situations which seem impossible. As Acor saved AWP. The rest of them, it's a bit of light investment. I'm not a huge fan of this, but Woro does have backup in the form of Borup, and it could catch a player off guard here. Frozen wary of a potential push, but Woro, he doesn't want to outstay his welcome. He's going to slowly peel back through the smoke, back through double doors. There's Bemis. A little bit of damage. You've gone for the boost here. If they're not careful... Oh, Acor looks the wrong way, and JL finds Bemis. So fortunate to be alive, and he actually was expecting a flashbang. In fact, I do believe it was a smoke, so JL, a bit fortunate there to stay alive.
Oh, Bemis has been sent packing, though. As he said earlier, doesn't matter how you get across the finish line, doesn't matter how pretty, how ugly, as long as you get success. And Mad Lions have strung together 6 rounds now on their CT side. I think we're starting to see some of those cracks develop and deepen on the MOUZ T side of Dust2. Still enough firepower in the right hands to make a real go of this. But it feels like apart from that really dodgy Deagle round that nearly went awry for Mad Lions, they've actually been pretty solid. You can see that their money's starting to accrue nicely. Been looking fairly solid here. Woro 2K's also woken up. At one point, 6 or 7 frags. Last few rounds have been faring well for him. Rops going over for the quick peek with the scout. Tries to decapitate the player on A, which is TMB. Doesn't work out. Borup, opportunistic, strikes in for 2. Bomb down. Rops has picked up 1 frag, but that's all he will get from round 22. We're all tied up, Blair. 11-11.
It's really slipped out of the hands, hasn't it? 11-4 scoreline, Vince, and now Mad Lion with streak of their own, 7 rounds in a row, and they have looked fantastic thus far. And MOUZ Sports probably left wondering what they can do, and I feel like it's been a tale of 2 teams who just don't seem to know exactly what they want to do on the T sides, in all honesty. Apart from the pistol round and I think the second round of the first half, where Mad Lions ran that B strat. a couple of variations of the B strat. Apart from that, I feel like neither of these two teams have really gone for any full-fledged execute or full-fledged take. They're just trying to go for these sort of like default, trying to find picks and just overcomplicating things. As I say that, MOUZ have now grouped up. This is a buy though. Acor just with a scout to work with, but a great amount of utility being used. Look at the amount of damage being dealt here with the combo off the Molotov and the nade, but it's not going to stop MOUZ. They're going to come charging on out as Frozen is going to lead the way.
Leading the way and hoping he can get some frags, but it's JL that sprays in for 2. And a 3rd as well. The bomb spills down. Mad Lions will have their first lead if everything goes according to plan this 2v5 since a 3-0 start. How the tables have turned. Acor splattered by TMB, who comes alive into the round, and Rops. Well, we said you'd want to have him last man standing, maybe not in 1v4s when the round is pretty much a done deal. Their economy back into the bin. And I've got to ask a question here, Blair, because I'm a bit perplexed of what I'm seeing on this T side. If MOUZ, when you look at their stats, 25% win rate on four maps played in the last 3 months. This T side being this rough, why would they float Dust2? I don't really understand from what I'm seeing here. Yes, the CT side was solid, but this T side's just come and done.
Yeah, I've never been super impressed. Okay. All right, Acor, I'm not sure what you're up to, but his butt cheeks will be clapped by the AWP. That is going to be it for Acor. Yeah, they just seem very, very lost here. I think that's kind of obvious for MOUZ, and it's a map where they really haven't impressed us too much. And also, you got to bear in mind, right? Like, we haven't, in all honesty, seen too much of the new Dust2 being played. We've seen a little bit, I do believe, in Blast Showdown. We saw it played here and there in the Major as well. But it really does tilt the favor towards the CD side. You don't get that easy control of top mid. You got to drop on down, play from suicide, but just never that easy now because there's only one angle you can really hold, which can get you pre-fired by a decent sniper on the CD side. And that's a nice tap from TMB to open things up. Dexter, however, able to trade. Can he survive though? Backup has arrived. And TMB, well, he had a rough start to the game, but he's managed to recover. And it's going to leave Rops once again in a 1v4. He finds 1, finds 2, and now with a bomb on his back, Vince, it's doable.
That problem is he's got no smoke for the cross. Oh, he just picked one up. Just picked one up now. But maybe doesn't want to give this one away. Wants to play this for the post plant instead. So you'll throw it towards Catwalk. This is going to be a post plant. They cannot stop this. That grenade does nothing. Negligible damage. I think it was 1 at most. Rops absolutely can win these. He's got a good position for the post plant. He's trying to catch them. He knows 2 players are down here because of the trajectory of that grenade. Oh, he may have thought that it was Barb that tossed that one in and didn't realize JL is here as well. JL still has a flash, but he knows if he throws it up and over, his position's compromised. Rob's round the corner, gets the clutch for the 1v4 in such an important moment in this game. Maybe that is the kick up the backside that MOUZ need on their T side.
The closer. There we go. We said we want him in these scenarios, but he had to do everything by his lonesome, Vince. It wasn't just like, his teammates planted the bomb. It's a, 2 versus 3 or a 1v2. No, it was a 1 versus 4. The bomb dropped all the way towards long doors, and he just pulls it off all by his lonesome. Now, great work from Rops. Like, shout out to Rops for pulling off what should have been an impossible round. But despite the ability that he possesses in spades, it's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. It required a 1v4 from Rops, from MOUZ Sports, to win their first round here on the T side, as TMB out in the open catches a jumping Frozen. Bemis, though, he replies back, Bemis rather, and the trades, well, it's gonna go the way of Mad Lions again. Back to a 2 versus 4. At least Rops doesn't have to pull off the 2v4 all by his lonesome, though, because he does have backup in the form of Acor.
Ah, but you nailed it. It's clairvoyance, It's not something that you can rely on round in, round out. As good as Rops is, putting him in this many awkward situations is just unreasonable. Now, he does have a supporting castmate in Acor. And to be fair, the B site is only actually covered by 1 player. Grenade is a parting gift, and now a secondary player comes in towards the site. That's going to be JL. Borup holds his line, though, on the site itself. And the clutch master is gone. Acor will follow suit. And MOUZ right back into the bin on their T side again. I mean, you look at their money here. It's looking like a half buy. They can't really justify going in for a full force. Mad Lions, 11-4 down at halftime, have every opportunity here to take their choice of map and run away with it.
This is, I mean, you did call it early in the game. Oh, that's a nice opening from Woro. Catches Dexter to its suicide, and Acor will fall as well. Same spot, 2 bodies, and again, this is a bit of an investment from MOUZ, although not a full-fledged force buy, and they are getting massacred. Vince is Rob's left alone, and not for long, he will fall as well. Mad Lions, apart from the 1v4 from Rob's, like, the rounds they've won have been so very convincing, so very solid, and MOUZ calling a tactical timeout, and it's a high time. Now, they have the money, they will have the weaponry, the utility, whatever arsenal they desire, but they just don't seem to have an answer to this defense. Robs has won 6 1v4s, and 5 are against international teams, and 2 at this event. He won 2 1v4s already, Vince. That's so nuts.
And what's even more nuts than that is if Mad Lions do end up converting from here, MOUZ are 1 map away from elimination. They have a player of Rops' stature pulling 1v4s out left and right, and they still may get eliminated from the groups without seeing the playoffs. What a disaster that would be for MOUZ.
Well, they're looking to definitely avert that particular possibility. But yeah, a team playing at the major, getting knocked out by Mad Lions. But nothing against Mad Lions, but if you're Connoisseur of Counter-Strike, you gotta definitely be like, yeah, MOUZ should have this one in the bag. Looks like Mad Lions, they're showing why they picked Dust2. They're showing why this map something they like going for. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of teams that go for like a Dust2 Mirage or even Ancient. I might even count that map in this particular group as a first pick, because it can be very, very dicey. It can easily not go your way. But the fact that they've been able to hold on and be tenacious and grind it back in the series has been so very impressive. As Softball, he continues to be the lord of the double doors. 2 kills for him, looking for more, just baiting out a shot from Acor. And once more, Frozen and Acor left remaining, and Softball does get tagged through the door, but he will survive, and Acor has a lot of work to do. Another wall bang. But it is a 1v5, and all he has got to work with is the AWP.
Yeah. Clothesline from behind as Burp had made the moves, the flank round from the B side. And that's going to do it for 3 map points now. As you said, so the Spanish Hodor just doesn't let anyone through these doors at all, just spraying him down. The M4, the AK, doesn't matter. The guy has been on point, actually top fragging for his team. I'm just a little bit lost for words, Blair, honestly. I always want to keep an open mind in games like this, even with vast leads. But I genuinely thought this was almost a guarantee for MOUZ to convert Dust2 and make it theirs. This collapse on the T side has been nothing short of mind-blowing. 1 round on their T half. That's it.
Just a 1v4. Again, have to reiterate that as Woro 2K getting maybe a little too adventurous, and Frozen will punish him. That means early man advantage here for MOUZ, something that they have been struggling with thus far. And here they come charging on in, dropping down to a CD spawn. TMB, however, holding the line, but Bemis, huge 2K from him, and TMB knows that the B bomb set has been compromised, and now he's going to be charging on in, trying to prevent the cross from taking place. A smoke from a CD actually might help out the T's to cross on over. Finally, MOUZ will deploy their own smoke. A 2 versus 3. The thing is, Bemis is very, very low indeed, but TMB trying to time the push with the flashbang will find his head plucked from his shoulders, leaving Softball in a 1 versus 3, able to find Acor, but Rops will trade. And MOUZ, they find a second on the attacking side.
They find a second. That's definitely, gives them an opportunity to come back in and take it to OT. But Mad Lions have such a vast economy because of how simple and straightforward many of these CT rounds have been for them. that they're going to be fine to buy in this round and the next one. It's really only TMB that's struggling. So MOUZ have got their work cut out for them. They've got their first step. They've bypassed the first hurdle, but there are multiple more coming up. Let's see if they can do, I don't want to say the impossible, but the improbable perhaps, because so far we've not seen them string 2 rounds together on their T-half. Frozen takes a bit of chip damage from the HE early on, and Moro 2K, he's getting aggressive, he's got the angle, he's going to keep going in. However, there is a player watching out, that's Rops with 1, very nearly picks up 2. JL feeling worse for wear, dropped down to 7 HP, but he did retrieve the ult from Moro's corpse.
Starting to work with Saucel now. The Spanish Odor, as I like to call him, and he is living up to his name once more. Spots out a second player, but Dexter this time able to trade. Back to a 3 versus 3. Slightly in favor of the T's, however, consider how low JL is, but Borup with the push and the find onto Frozen. That's a great clear from Borup. I thought it was going to be dead to right. And TMB going to spot the cross, sitting out in the open, the smoke deployed near Gandalf. He's going to try and use it as a bit of a one-way, and he is going to find Acor, and that is going to be it. Mad Lions. What a comeback, Vince.
A phenomenal comeback from Mad Lions. A truly spectacular comeback, really. 11-4 down, but they won both pistols.